Britain's biggest car maker, Jaguar Land Rover, estimates its annual profit could be cut by £1 billion by the end of the decade if Britain leaves the European Union. That, according to sources close to the company. Fox Business's Adam Shapiro, live in Frankfurt, Germany. And you know, you've got Volkswagen, Mercedes-Benz, BMW in that region. What do they say? What are the business people saying there?
Well, let's talk about BMW. They put out a notice to their employees in the UK because they own Mini and they own Rolls-Royce. And they said, look, they didn't say there would be layoffs, but they said there would be consequences for a vote to leave because doing business when you have parts made perhaps in Germany or other parts of the EU that are shipped without tariffs, without blockade to the UK, that might become more difficult. So they've definitely put some fear into perhaps the minds of their employees in the UK. But we're in Frankfurt. This is the financial heart of the EU's largest economy, Germany. And we're in a square, by the way, which dates back to the late 1200s. I want to show you some of the newspapers, Liz, that are getting headlines here, not only in Frankfurt, but across Germany and other parts of Europe. For instance, this newspaper in Berlin, this headline right here actually says, it was this morning's poll, talking about the fact that those who want to remain in the EU over in the UK are leading in the polls. That's what this newspaper had to say. But this newspaper, which comes from Switzerland, right here, this headline is actually talking about the fact that it's on a razor's edge. It's too close to call. I'm going to show you the newspaper from Frankfurt in a bit, but I want to give you a sense of what people are talking about here in Germany, because there is so much at stake. We can go through the numbers about what happens economically, but what's really going to happen is perhaps a way of life might be changing for Europeans who are able to come and go to places like the UK, to Germany, might be changing. We spoke to one man in that situation. He's from Ireland, but he works in Germany. And he says it's too cold to close. Here's what Kevin told us.
They're really for Britain staying because they're such a huge country. Trade, everything. It's great for the economy in Germany and throughout the EU. The UK is one of the biggest country or areas of the EU, so I think it'd be mad for them to leave. It's for their own benefit, for free trade between EU nations. I think it'd be crazy for them to leave.
And so while everyone is talking about the EU, let me show you what the Frankfurt paper was talking about. Liz, this is this morning's paper in Frankfurt. Soccer. Germany beat Ireland 1-0, and they were glued. There were television sets set up at the pubs, in the squares. People were watching this en masse as Germany beat Ireland. That's what they were talking about today in Frankfurt, actually. Back to you.
No, and you know what? Bend it like Beckham. David Beckham, I'm sure you heard this, Adam Shapiro, has weighed in and says that the EU should still be part of the UK, that they should all remain together. So Beckham, the famed and much-loved soccer player, weighing in on that. Adam Shapiro, live in Germany. Thank you so much.